Today, we're literally going to talk about quality versus quantity. And what I've been experiencing after even reading the book Day Trading Attention, which is right around the corner there, I realized quantity is really true. It will truly will beat quality in many chance, and especially when you're starting off just, for example, making content or even taking a try or a risk at doing anything. It's all about quantity, 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 and the execution and the amount of work that you put in. So besides just doing social media content in terms of focusing on the quantity is more important, it brings into many real life decisions that you make. It will lead to matter of fact of quantity will eventually help you build into the better quality. So it's always quantity first and then quality. However, if you really want to balance and rate which one is the best, I can't give you the best answer here, but I'll say this, hear me out. After this video, you will find out the best answer for yourself and what you think of quantity versus quality. So here it is, quantity first and then quality. So simply focusing on generating so much amount of quantity because you won't know which type of quality is the best. For example, I'll just take talking about generating social media content. You have to make humongous amount of quantity of content in order to see which quality of a content will go viral and which doesn't, and then you'll be selective with it. It's simply such as talking about survival of fitness. You have so many quantity amount of people, organism, living thing, and then the best ones survive, right? So you don't know which one is the highest quality without testing them, without putting them in the test. Just like you making a post, you can do all the preparation work, keep on editing the video and fixing up the video, but at the end of the day, on the other end, if your customer audience, your client, your whoever is watching you is consuming your content, you're not delivering the value, it doesn't matter how good your quality is because you don't know what you're talking about, and then the other people isn't consuming what they wanted to consume. So simply focusing on the quantity first, start making so many videos. For example, Mr. Beast, he did not just become viral and famous right after the first video, right? He made thousands of video and he's talking about how he did not ever get a view until he made his 100th video, which is why I think quantity is so important and undervalued and underestimated because often people isn't focusing so much on the quantity. They just want to hit out the quality, where they hit a jackpot first video they make, they go viral and then they live off of it. And in some cases that might happen, but in many chances that's not the case because most of us have to keep trying and trying to see what is the best decision and what is the best quality to be considered. Because if one post go viral, I might have to try again to see if that post I make it again, it will go viral once again. So it's simply just repeating a process and having a highly execution, repeating the process over again. And next, you gotta focus. You gotta try and see and then adjust. Just like I was saying, you have to make so many amount of quantity of content or try so many times, such as in business. You have to try so many times. You're gonna fail so many times as an entrepreneur. You're not gonna hit that jackpot right away. Steve Jobs did not make the freaking Apple right away. He had like blue box, I guess that's what you called it. As I'm recently reading it, the book is literally right here. That he had to try many different products, many marketing, and along with different team staff member that helped him to reach the Apple today. So nothing comes right away off the first try. And the saddest thing is many people does not want to give out the quantity try, rather they just want to make one good quality thinking they could live off of it. Or even worse, they just decide not to do it at all because of how much hard work it takes. But here's my honest thought. As long as you keep trying, you see the amount of quantity work you put in, you will eventually see the quality because every time you're doing the quantity, you're becoming a little bit better. It's like you work, and you become a little bit better every single day, better than yesterday, just such as going to the gym. It doesn't matter about the quality sometimes because you could hit the gym once a day and you freaking do like 3 hour workout, but you only do that once a month because of this high quality. That might not be the most efficient way. So rather, you might as well chop it up and have quantity amount of days, such as 5 days a week that you're gonna go work out, separate different part of the body that you're working out and working on. And often you have to fix and adjust because you won't know which is the most efficient way for you or your gym partner or best for your body, for your muscle to grow because everyone have a different body. For example, I'm so skinny. But I simply believe that I don't gotta go to the gym every day because my goal isn't become the biggest dude because that's nearly impossible. The ROI will be zero. And it's not like impossible, but it will take a really, really, really long process. And some chance my genetic might not even get me to that size of something that like the rock or huge like that. So obviously I have to find the most efficient way for me, and I have to keep testing the quantity, the amount of time I go to the gym to see how what's best fits for me, and then what will be the best working for me to work out. Simply maybe go there to the gym every single day, maybe go there like twice a week or whatsoever that. So it's simply keep putting out the quantity and testing, 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 and then adjust, and then eventually it will lead to a great product or a great efficient way of doing things. Then you see you got the right quality, and then you do the repeat the process again. So you're doing the better quality but with more quantity of the better quality way of doing thing until you find the best quality thing, and you just keep the practice. And that's how you grow literally anything: social media, your investment, your business, so much more. And next, you have to understand, provide value, and provide more and more and more. It's simply such as building your own brand, like Nike, Apple, Nvidia, Intel, as of Google, Amazon, all of those big brands. It takes decade and time to build up their brand. As simply, they provide more value, and improving over time with the quantity of work. Because if you're simply focusing at quality, such as Apple thinking the first Apple 1 or Apple 2 will be the best product ever, then guess what? They would have been over by then. Because you got to know that the product you create today is not going to be the best product. You will eventually create a better product tomorrow, next day, the next decade. Might take 10 years or so, but you have to trust the process, and you have to believe that. You just got to put in the practice of quantity, and it will eventually lead to better quality. Next, you have to define what is quality, like I mentioned in the beginning. If you don't know what is the high quality and what's best working out, such as making a social media post that will go viral, then you have to keep putting out more content, such as quantity, like Gary Vee already mentioned. That's why I have so much respect for this guy, because what he said right there, focusing on the quantity, is so important before you jump into the quality. Maybe his content and nowadays is more quality than what he had 10 years ago. But guess what? Where he started, he was eating dirt for 10 years ago for making so many amount of quantity of content, just throwing out value out there, and then keep adjusting, seeing what the consumer really like and what is the best for him to make. So simply for me, I don't put in much work of editing because I simply believe that I like to keep it natural, and I don't want to throw in so much effort into the editing part when I could just share all my value simply through speaking directly to the camera. And it's nothing as hard, but I'm still on the way and the adventure of finding what's the best quality, what's the most efficient way for me, because I haven't gone viral yet. I'm not the most famous. I'm not the most successful person doing this, but at least I'm giving a try to see what is better quality by simply practicing doing more quantity, and providing more value and value. Next, you got to double down on the quality in the end, because in the beginning, you're going to be focusing on making a quantity to figure out what is really best for you and what is really the ideal product, service, or thing that you want to do. So that become the best quality, then you got to double down. So for example, recently on social media, it's been really popular with people blending in the B-roll where you have a funny meme and then you boom, jump right into the video. That's how you catch the hook and the 3-second attention. It's so important that you practice that. You might have to try it out because you have to follow with the trend in social media. That's how you go viral in most cases. And trends are really determined by audience who are sharing them and who are consuming them. You don't decide the trend, because you just you, and you have to present your product for up to thousands, millions of people to see if that really qualifies as a high quality content. So simply, for example, practicing using that meme and then jumping B-roll into your video, getting that audience attention had been very viral on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Short, all sort of platform that you see on video. And then since those are the viral one, you make a video and it go viral. Keep practicing and keep using that and see which meme worked out the best, maybe, or even how should the B-roll be cut in might be better, or maybe even fixing up the title, the description, caption, how you catch the audience attention. It's always about adjustment along the way as long you're going into the quality at the end. But to get you started off, simply focusing on the quantity so you don't have to stress so much, because I personally have stress with this. A couple of years ago, I wasn't even brave enough to pick up a phone or camera to start talking to it, because I simply think like if I compare myself to like people who got like millions of subscriber or follower who are speaking to the camera, they're so confident because they know what they're saying, and simply their work is so edited by someone, they don't gotta put in so much effort, and they have like highest quality. Why would people watch me rather than them? However, here's the thing. If you never put in the practice of work, you never become one of them. Because to become one of them, they did the same thing. They start off from bottom ground and build up their empire, not in one day, not in a year or so, but maybe in decades. And lastly, you have to repeat the quantity work if the quality doesn't work. So here's the tricky part. Sometimes your quality work might work for a short amount of time, maybe a trend, or it might be viral for just that moment. But you have to keep figuring out, and by posting more quantity, to know eventually which are the next quality work to be qualified as quality work. Because, for example, in real estate, I do myself luxury apartment, luxury home. You've always heard of this, but what is really considered as luxury if you never compare the quantity, right? There's a thousand of home out there who is just $1 million and they consider as luxury home. For example, I personally work in real estate down here in San Diego. I've seen homes that just right around $1 million considered as luxury. Meanwhile, there's home that is just 700K that also considered as luxury, just because the inside interior decoration is brand new, fixer flipper, everything is new. So oftentimes you really have to figure out by putting more content and more quantity work to see what is the best quality, and keep practicing that, and then repeating the process over and over, so you would never run out of idea, or you never be stuck with a certain amount of view and not growing, and then heading to a bottleneck of time. Because often I experience that too. So when I was maybe in school doing homework, I was focusing so much on the quality. I want to ace that one assignment, and in many time, by focusing on that one assignment, for example, it's a big essay. I've spent hour overnight on that essay, and eventually lead to all the other work bombing in the class. But luckily enough, I was still keeping up my straight A, 4.35 GPA at the end of my high school career, which I was pretty blessed about. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you should really focus on the quantity first or the quality to go viral. And that's what I think of. We should first focus on quantity and then go quality and then repeat the process. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.